Hi, it's Amber, and I'm going to show you this beautiful little tuck stitch pattern that I've been working on. I found it on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description notes. But I figured out how to use Design a Knit in conjunction with the Silver Lk-150, this USB thing, and my needle beetle to create this stitch with very little thinking. So it kind of does most of it automatically for me, and all I have to do is pay attention every now and then when it says change A or something to that effect, and then I know that it's time for me to switch my carriage back. So I do have a Fair Isle carriage over here, but I'm not using it in that manner. I just wasn't thinking and I put it on. So I'll get better shots of this, but my pattern says to tuck on stitch 1, or on this end it's like 60, and then there's 2 spaces and then there's another tuck stitch. So on my board, I move the first one, I skip 2, and I move the second, and then I use the needle beetle, which is really loud, but it loudly moves all the needles to the hold position that I need. And if, in this case, there's that first needle that is selected, because I don't want those tuck stitches on the very end, I'll put that back into the working position. And then I just make sure that both of my carriage rustle levers are on 1, which is the hold position, so it won't knit the stitches that are in D position, but it will knit B. And I do that 3 times before I change one side of the rustle levers back up to 2, and it'll knit all of these that are being tucked back into working position. So here's the first one, and you can see that it's kind of close now, but my selector, when it passes, the row here changes. It says it's on the other side of the carriage, or the carriage changes to the other side of the knitting machine. So that's 1, and then we come back with 2, and then we go back again with 3. Change A, it says. So that's when I take the rustle lever on this side and I push it back up to 2 so that it'll take all the needles in D position and knit them back. Ugh. And my computer needs to be touched every now and then, otherwise it goes into a little save pattern. Change A. Change A tells me I need to do something on the carriage. What I did when I made this little tuck stitch pattern in the stitch, what is it called? Stitch Designer section, I made it so that the blank row that is stockinette stitch is in a different color. So it's telling me to change the color, but in my mind, that's a reminder, a verbal reminder to change the rustle lever so I can knit those tuck stitches back in. So the next row down at 60 says skip 1, do the tuck stitch, skip 2, and do the tuck stitch. Skip 1, pull the tuck stitch out, skip 2, pull the tuck stitch out. And the way this blanket, I'm using this Mandala bonus bundle from Lion Brand, and it's like a light. It's a lightweight number 3 yarn, and so I'm using a gauge of 5 on my carriage. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Change A. And I change my rustle lever. Oh, this is coming out. Ugh. Change the rustle lever that way, facing me, to 2, and now all of these will knit off, or knit back into the working position. Change. And then I make sure to put that rustle lever right back where it was, going that way into the 1 position so I can start again. Place my needle beetle. Now it says skip 2. Come on, beetle. Skip 2, the tuck stitch, skip another 2, and the tuck stitch. The beetle is so loud. And then I make sure that none of my end stitches are in a hold position, and I go again.
A.
Russell lever back on one side so that all the held stitches will knit.
Change.
Russell lever back to the hold position so I can go on with the next, which is skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, tuck, skip 2, tuck. I'm gonna go ahead and move up my weights. I don't know. They say that with tuck stitches, it's really important to have the blanket or whatever you're working on heavily weighted. And I haven't dropped a stitch yet. I did drop a stitch on my practice, and I didn't know how to fix it, so I just started over. That'll be something that I'd want to work on, is learning how to fix a tuck stitch. So that's what I'm doing. Let me see if I can give you a different angle.